Let me tell you a story. Once there was a king who received a truly magnificent gift, two peregrine falcons, their feathers gleaming like polished stone. He entrusted them to his master falconer, a man who, really understood the language of the sky.
This story is timeless for a reason. It holds a mirror up to our own lives. It's a reflection on all those invisible things that keep us grounded, when maybe we were truly meant to soar.
So, months passed. The trainer came to the king with an update. He said one of the falcons, it was a marvel. It just danced with the wind, soaring to these unbelievable heights. But the other one, well, the other one hadn't moved an inch from its branch since the day it arrived. It just sat there, clinging to the only world it knew. As you can imagine, the king grew frustrated. He summoned healers and sorcerers from every corner of the land. They offered potions, they chanted incantations, but the falcon would not fly. Finally, completely out of options, the king turned to his minister. Perhaps, he said, we need someone who understands the countryside, someone who just gets nature. And so a simple farmer was brought to the palace. The very next morning, the king looked out his window and his heart just leaped. There, high above the gardens, soaring right alongside its sibling, was the second falcon. At last, it was free. The king, absolutely delighted, summoned the farmer. "How did you do it?" he asked. "What kind of magic did you use?" And the farmer replied with this profound simplicity. "Oh, it was very easy, Your Royal Highness. I simply cut the branch on which the bird was sitting." And that right there, that brings us to the heart of our own story. Because we all have a branch we cling to, don't we? Something familiar, something safe. Let's talk about what that branch truly represents. Our comfort zone. See, a comfort zone isn't just a physical place. It's a state of mind. It's that routine we all have that keeps stress and risk way, way down. It's the job we know, the route we always take, the habits we never even question. That is our branch. And there's a deep biological reason for this. A powerful part of our brain, the amygdala, is literally wired for survival. It's always urging us to favor the familiar and avoid anything that involves risk or change. It's like our brain's ancient guardian, constantly whispering, "Stay here. It's safe on this branch." But here's the paradox. The very branch that feels like our greatest safety, well, that can become our greatest limitation. And over time, that branch can slowly start to build itself into a cage. Now, this might sound harsh, but it's a crucial truth. That feeling of being just fine or comfortable, it can be a trap. It prevents us from improving, from achieving, and honestly, it can make us miserable without us even realizing why. It's the quiet place where our potential goes to wither. Because there's this kind of creeping, dangerous truth about the comfort zone that most of us don't realize until it's too late. See, it doesn't stay the same size. Unless you're actively pushing against its borders, even just a little bit, it will actually get smaller. Things that once felt easy suddenly become daunting. The whole world of what's possible just slowly contracts around you. This is the trap, right here. As our zone shrinks, our fear of the world outside grows. The branch that was once just a resting place slowly transforms into a prison, making escape feel, well, almost impossible. But what happens when we do find the courage to cut the branch? What lies in that open sky beyond the familiar? Well, the rewards are profound. This is one of the most important paradoxes of personal growth. You see, growth and comfort, they just can't coexist. To truly reach our potential, we have to learn to find a strange sort of peace in the state of being uncomfortable. And the benefits? They are absolutely life-altering. You start to discover what you're truly passionate about. You become more resilient. You get better at handling life's inevitable changes. Each small step builds real self-confidence. You begin to uncover the person you were always meant to be, and you put yourself back in the driver's seat of your own life. Just like that falcon, every single one of us was created to fly. We are all born with this incredible potential. But so often, we choose to remain on our branch, clinging to the familiar, conforming to the mundane, and our true possibilities just remain undiscovered. So, how do we do it? How do we find the courage to make that cut without feeling like we're just falling into chaos? The key is understanding that this isn't about some terrifying all-or-nothing leap. It's about consciously and intentionally expanding your boundaries, one small, manageable, courageous step at a time. The goal is to find just the right amount of push. And there is a sweet spot. If you push way too far, you end up in the panic zone, where stress is overwhelming and you learn nothing. But if you don't push at all, you're right back on the branch. The magic happens right on the edge, in a state of optimal anxiety, where stress feels like a challenge, not a threat. This is where you enter a state of flow. And this is where real growth occurs.
So, how do you start? It can be so simple. Take a different route to work. Order something new at a restaurant. Learn to say hello in a new language. Have that difficult conversation you've been putting off. Each one of these small acts expands your world. And as you begin this journey, just hold this thought close. A woman who jumped from the world's tallest bungee platform said that in the middle of her 5-second free fall, she had one single clear thought. It's never as scary as it looks. So now, let's just reflect for a moment. What fear is stopping you from taking that risk? What routine is inhibiting your growth? What is the branch that's holding you back from flying? We can never reach new heights until we let go of the things we cling to. So the final question is the simplest one of all. What are you waiting for? Cut the branch and take your flight.